I spoke to Iceland's Minister for Finance, Steingrimur Sigfusson. I asked him what would happen now given the President's veto.
Iceland wants to honour all its rightful legal obligations, and regardless of the events of today, the government is determined to keep on seeking a solution that will fulfil this.
Does that mean that you will try to avoid a referendum and try therefore to renegotiate the terms?
It's too early to say, but really the referendum has to take place according to our constitution, so we will at least start preparing it, and then let's see what happens in the coming days.
That means that you, as Finance Minister, will have to campaign, presumably, to persuade them that they have to vote for this terrible burden.
Well, it looks like that, yes. But at the meantime, we will obviously try to keep good contact with both the UK and Dutch authorities, and we will see if there are any possibilities in the situation.
I see. So the referendum could be a kind of lever on the Dutch and on the British to perhaps make it a bit less painful.
Well, that's your wording. But as I say, we are only just making clear how the situation is after this events of today, and we will try what we can to calm the situation down, make sure that this does not harm the relations between us and other nations, and work for a solution.
The biggest problem, surely, is the involvement of the IMF.
Well, we are working with IMF on our economical program, and that has actually been going forward at full speed now. So we are dealing with a lot of issues at the same time, and ISEV is only one of them, even though it is a big and difficult one.
And the other problem is the fact that by treaty, as far as European law is concerned, you also have some obligations. Yes,
but the problem with these European regulations is that the responsibility of a state is not clear, and obviously we are not happy with the fact that we have never been allowed any legal proceedings or court rulings on what Iceland's responsibilities exactly are, and we believe that the faulted European regulation is part of the problem. So it is also a common European responsibility that we are talking about.
And who do you blame for that?
Well, the rules are not clear, and obviously when the crisis came up on us in the autumn 2008, everyone was very nervous, and Iceland was never given a chance to really sort things out and find out what exactly were the national responsibilities. And may I also remind you that the very harmful actions taken against us by the UK authorities when they brought down the Icelandic banks in the UK have not been compensated.
The Icelandic Finance Minister talking to me earlier.